Hi, yes, Andre. Hi, it's Brian Gendo here, your manager. Just wanted to call up and say, first off, congratulations on winning the Player of the Year, the Premier League Player of the Year. Such a prestigious honor, and I'm glad that you were able to win it under my management and going out of your way and thanking me for winning the award. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it all the same. Now, I just wanted to ask you, your contract is expiring within the next 12 months, so I wanted to ask you one more time if you wanted to enter into some negotiations. Do you want to stay at the club? Oh, you do? Okay. Wait. Condition what? You want to be the highest earner. Okay, Dimitri Payet right now is earning £5 million per year, so how about 5.1 for 5 years? Okay, we could do that. I know Payet is crucial, yes, but you're even more crucial. All right, Andre, thank you very much. I'm glad you wish to stay at the club. All right, we'll keep in touch. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Jackpot. What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 25 of If I Had a Hammer. And today starts the fourth season here at West Ham United, where we'll be taking on Watford to start the Premier League. But before we get to that, of course, we must go over all the transfers in and out that have taken place over the offseason. And of course, at the top of the broadcast, we did say that Andrei Zivkovic has stayed with the club for the next 5 years. Yes, he got a big pay raise, £5.1 million for those next 5 years. But honestly, he is worth it. He is that class of a player. And I honestly think he wouldn't have stayed with us if, number one, he didn't win Player of the Year, and number two, if we didn't get into European competition. I firmly believe the only reason why he was able to open up contract negotiations is that we are in the Europa League and may possibly push towards the Champions League this season. Will it happen? I don't know. We'll have to find out, wait and see. But Zivkovic, definitely a big, big piece to how I run my offense, and I'm really glad to see that he wishes to stick around. And I sold a lot of players to make room for that Zivkovic pay raise, and one of the big ones is Pedro Obiang. He and John Flanagan are going to Marseille. Pedro, I sold him for £12.25 million, and to be quite honest with you, this one hurt me the most, but at the same time, I was bringing in a lot of center and defensive mids to replace him and replace a couple other players. I wanted to go younger and a little more talented. I know Obiang is quality talent as it is, but to get £12.25 million for him, I couldn't have passed that up. John Flanagan going to Marseille for £5 million, essentially the same reason why I gave away Pedro Obiang is because I'm bringing in players that will develop better and are actually probably slightly better, arguably, at the same position at the same point in their career. John Flanagan, I didn't really like his lack of pace, and he wasn't really developing all that much on that side as well. So I'm bringing in somebody that has a little faster pace and right around the same defensive attributes. We'll get to him in a bit. But John Flanagan to Marseille for £5 million. Another big one that I was kind of sad to see go for the price that I let him go at is Sven Bender. He has been sold to Stuttgart for £4.8 million. I honestly think that I was lowballed by Stuttgart, but nobody else wanted to offer more than $5 million for his services, which I find kind of interesting, but at the same time, I wanted to make room for all the players that I was going to be bringing in. So Sven Bender, unfortunately, was one of the casualties. He's 29 years old, not getting any faster. I'm sure his defensive abilities I'm going to miss the most, but at the same time, as I've said before, against Pedro Obiang, I'm bringing in center mids and defensive mids that are suitable replacements. Never mind the neon green, it's Moussa Dembele. He never really fit into the squad here. I only gave him a couple of runouts, and it was clear he wasn't as great as Jamie Vardy or Yol Palo, so he was relegated to third tier, and even then, he really wasn't that great of a third-tier striker. So he's been sold to Saint-Etienne for £4.1 million, and to be quite honest with you, it was a good deal because I only brought him in for 1.5, so definitely making a profit off of him. Can't go wrong. After 3 seasons, I was really sad to see Angelo Fulgini hasn't developed into the defensive mid that I really wanted to see him. So I sold him to West Brom for £3.5 million. Originally brought him in for $1 million, so $2.5 million profit. Can't go wrong there. He is all-round average at best, and I know with the players that I'm bringing in, they definitely trump Angelo. They may be a couple years older than him, but I don't see Angelo developing as well as he should. So I was able to get a profit for him, and it looks like West Brom aren't using him either. He's in their under 21 side, so I think I made out for the better. And then finally, just to wrap up some of the ones that I didn't even get £1 million for, Donny O'Henry is going to Brest, Carl Darlow is going to Burnley, and Vashan Neufville is going to Sheffield United. 3 other players going out on a free. They were never going to break into the squad anyway, and then a lot of loanies out. And now taking a look at the players that we're bringing in and the highest transfer fee that West Ham have ever paid for a player, it's Callum Chambers. Callum Chambers coming in from Chelsea. He never broke into their side. He only played 6 matches in 3 seasons, 6 competitive matches on the Chelsea side in the last 3 seasons, and that's really, really bad. I can't believe that Chelsea, of all teams, didn't have the space to make for Callum Chambers. So we were able to bring him in, 23 years old. He's going to be playing on that right back side that I made room for by getting rid of John Flanagan. And overall, his stats look really, really good. 15 marking, 15 tackling, 15 positioning, decent on the pace too, a 14 there and a 14 in acceleration. He's definitely going to be my starting right back. And Sam Byram, I really want him to challenge Sam Byram into developing into a better right back himself. Maybe have a little bit of rotation between the two, but right now Chambers is going to be my starting right back. Next up, coming in from Standard Liège, it's Julien Dessart. He is coming in for £6.5 million. The defensive mid / center mid that I was talking about, and to be quite honest with you, I take a look at that polygon and I immediately think Jack Wilshere. The one thing that he doesn't have on Jack Wilshere, he's not injury prone. Cross fingers, he doesn't pick up all those injuries that hinder Jack Wilshere's performance, but he is definitely going to be the rock in the center of the park that I hope he is going to. Look at those mental stats. A lot of 14s and 15s and 16s. You can't go wrong with that. He's got great technical ability. He's got a good set of legs on him, good pace, and I really hope that he can continue his development here and become the center mid that a really solid center mid in the near future. Next, coming in for just a tad under £6 million, it's Hosem Aouar. I originally found him at Lyon after my youth scouts had said, hey, you should probably take a look at this guy. And for originally a 19-year-old with these type of stats for a center attacking mid, I really wanted to pull the trigger on him right away. Saw him develop over the next couple of months and immediately knew that he needed to be in the club. He is only coming in for £175,000, but just take a look at his stats. A very well all-around player, and I hope that he can develop into something more. I don't think I'm going to be using him this season, though probably as an emergency, may loan him out, whatnot, but I see him as definitely a pick for the future, and he looks to have a bright future. Next up, we have another Belgian in Benito Raman. He is coming in from AA Ghent. He's 23 years old, and I really gotta say that he has some great speed on him. 17 pace, 17 acceleration. The one thing I need to worry about is his technical ability needs to be built up. I originally bought him in as a replacement for Zivkovic just in case Zivkovic left, but as of right now, he's relegated to our second, third string side just in case Zivkovic goes down injured. Once again, cross fingers, hopefully he doesn't. But Raman would definitely be a competent replacement. The only thing that I see him lacking in is his vision and his physical and maybe a little bit of his aerial, but I'm using him as an inside forward, so I'm not expecting him to jump all that much. But other than that, Benito Raman coming in for a nice fee of only $4.5 million. It's another center mid, and this time he is Polish. Karol Linetti is coming in from Lech Poznan. The 23-year-old center mid can also play defensive mid. It says that he can also play attacking mid, but I'm not going to develop him into that role. I think he's better suited center of the park, maybe a little back from center just because of the way his polygon looks. And overall, once again, another all-round player. He only came in for £3.3 million, and definitely a rotation option. Don't see him starting right away, but definitely want to use him throughout the course of the season. Replacing Carl Darlow is Alex McCarthy. We brought him in from Crystal Palace, maybe for a little more than I want to, £1.8 million, and he's definitely going to be a backup to Jack Butland. The only thing that he is not well versed in, like Jack Butland is his communication. So if we can build up his communication skills with the back line, then he may challenge for that starting role. But right now, Alex McCarthy, definitely a more solid, competent backup than what Carl Darlow was. And lastly, coming in on a free is Alassane Plia from Nice. The 25-year-old Malian definitely was scouted and bought when I thought Zivkovic was going to leave the club, so he is more than likely going to be a backup, used in cup competitions, the Europa League for sure, if I feel that the matches are easily winnable enough that I can play him in. But the right winger, I love him for his pace, I love him for his technical ability, his vision he could work on, his mentals he can work on as well. But other than that, a very solid player. So these are the finances that I'm working with. When I finished in 5th place, the Premier League paid out £30 million to us. On top of that, the board set a wage budget and transfer budget of £85 million and £75 million wage and transfer respectively. Since I made all these transfers, take a look at this. We have a transfer budget of £103 million. Now, of course, I kind of got stupid. I put in bids for both Ronaldo and Neymar, but don't worry, they're not coming in. I didn't expect them to go through anyway. All of them were rejected, and I just saw that big 9-digit figure there, and my eyes got really wide. I figured, oh, I have all this money. I can attract all the big players. No, none of the big players wanted to come to West Ham, as they still viewed it as a small club. Also, I don't think Ronaldo or Neymar wanted to move from Champions League football to Europa League football. So the dream of Ronaldo coming to West Ham is dashed at this point in time. Maybe in the future, who knows? But yeah, this is the money that I'm working with, and this all is thanks to the takeover that happened 2 years ago. Now that we have rich owners, we have money to play with. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's preseason, all done and dusted. Let's finally get into the match, the opening match of this 2018-2019 season versus Watford. So this is what the starting lineup's going to be for today. It's not going to be the starting lineup going forward, as Callum Chambers, Driussi, and Fellaini are all out injured. All three of those are going to be factoring into the squad in the future. But this is what we're going to be going with today. We're going to have Jack Butland in net, Subotic and Hoban as the two center halves, Byram and Cresswell the two wing backs, with Carol Linetti going to get his chance in the defensive mid to start. Mark Noble's going to be in the center mid, and the three attacking mids will be Florin Tanase, Dimitri Payet, and Andrej Zivkovic, and of course Jamie Vardy sitting up front as the lone striker. Now, I know it's the opening match of the season. You always want to start off with a win, but it's not a big loss if we lose. It just depends on how we lose. But cross fingers, let's hope for a win, go out, and see what happens. Let's kick off. 7 minutes in, we get ourselves our first highlights. It was a throw-in, good cutout by Byram. However, Watford still have the ball, and Watford still have the ball because we just cannot get our passing together. Januzaj, good save from Butland. Cleared out by Cresswell, goes out for a corner. Some shaky stuff in the early going, as Watford have pretty much been all over us. Still going with this highlights, and Dawson with the cross in. Januzaj, good save from Butland. Watford with some very good passing. Januzaj just laying it on to Dawson. Good double save. Man, Watford have just been battering us early on. 9 minutes in, and this highlight is still going. I feel like a Watford goal is just going to come sooner rather than later. However, Hoban has the ball and gets rid of it. I want to say we can hit him on a counter, but I don't know if this highlight's going to end. Zivkovic sweeping the field to Tanase. Cresswell into the box, but cleared away. All right, 32 minutes on, just about 33, and we get the ball off of a goal kick. Payet to Noble, out to Zivkovic. Once again, our passing has been completely shocking. Hoban with a good dispossess, has to go back to Butland. There you go, Cresswell. Bring it up the wings. Linetti to Tanase. Can Tanase go over the top? No, he can't, and that's really starting to bug me. Yes, I have Payet in the middle because I really don't have any other center attacking mids that could play there. I mean, I could use Auer. I can use Auer, my new guy. And hell, I might just do that because Wanmi scores for Watford. What the hell, guys? Watford are just walking all over us. I don't know what to say. I really don't, because Watford have been running at twice the speed that we are. It's like we're standing still. I really don't understand it. This has been a problem the last 2 seasons. What can we do to fix that? So we come up to halftime, and Watford have been absolutely bossing us, not in possession, mind you. We've had 55% possession, but we just can't turn our shots on target. We've had 5 shots, nothing on target. Watford 8 and 5, I think is what it was. And they just have been making key pass after key pass after key pass. Here, I'll even show you in the heat map. They've just been doing everything right. They've had 15 key passes. Where's our defense? This, I cannot stand for this. Just take a look at that. From number 9, number 5, number 9, 5, and 6 have been doing the majority of the working. 9 is Barini, 6 is Forshaw, and who else is in there? No, it's been 9, 6, and then 11 in the box, who's Yanazai. I need to close them down, and I need to close all of them down fast if I want to, get back into this game and nullify Watford's impact. Well, at least we're pressuring him on the back line. There we go. It's going to go out to Hoban, and can we hit him on anything right now? No, we can't even get it up to Tanase. Cut him out. Oh, my God. Are you serious? Are you serious we couldn't cut him out? We don't want to go after the ball. Why don't my players want to go after the ball? Tackle him. Get in there and make a tackle. Oh, my Jesus. Why are my players scared? They shouldn't be. Out to Byram. He's got man in the box. There we go. Zivkovic. That's why I paid you the £5.1 million per year, so you can do stuff like that. Sure, your passing has been bad the entirety of the day, and you can't really put in a good corner, but when called upon, you can sneak behind the line and get yourself a goal. It's 1-1. West Ham and Watford. We're back in this, finally. All right, 69th minute, and here we go with the ball. Zivkovic. Trying to throw it through to Vardy. Vardy still has the speed. He's 31 years old. He still has the speed, but I'm surprised he wasn't able to track that down. A lot of balls being played through the middle. It's real back and forth right now. Oh, is that a corner? Because I was about to say Zivkovic should have passed it into Vardy, but Zivkovic is out there on a corner, whips it in, far post, and that's going to be another corner. Zivkovic is still out there taking corners. I think I really need to change up my corner taking, because I think Zivkovic would be better. Oh, ball's in. Oh, Hoban's offside. Damn. Just about 10 minutes left to go. We take... Oh, this is good positioning. Vardy off the post. Oh, my God. I thought for sure we would have had the go-ahead goal right there. 5 minutes left to go. Don't do this to me, boys. Subotic, just get it out. Clear it out. Gets it to Byram. Up the wing to Zivkovic. Vardy was running. He could have passed it off to him. Oh, my God. That was a bad pass. Zivkovic. On one end, you score a goal, and on the other, you make a horrible pass. Watford coming forward with it now. That's good. It was a good block, but they still have the ball. Dawson through to Yanazai. Cresswell horribly tackling him. They're still making moves. This is going to be a goal. Oh, it's off the crossbar. Nobody is going to win on this day. That's it. Final throw. West Ham won. Watford won, and to be quite honest with you, it was a poor showing. We turned it on in the second half, but overall, it was a really poor showing. And when we take a look at the stats, Watford completely dominated us from the off. Looking back at the start of the second half, they had 11 shots, 6 of them on target going into halftime. We only had 6 and 1. We definitely turned it on in the second half, getting more shots, more on targets, but unfortunately, we were not able to break the deadlock, and I thought for sure Watford was going to break the deadlock there with both teams hitting the post. Nobody wins. Nobody loses. And we come away with a very hard-fought point, which probably was undeserved, but you know what? I'm not complaining. I'll take a point. So this is what the schedule looks like for the upcoming month. We have Newcastle, Man City, and Everton in the league, and then, of course, the start of our Europa League group stage. Now, hopefully, we get an easy group or a relatively easy group, but the draw for that doesn't take place until right before the Manchester City match. So when we come back in the next episode, we will find out exactly who we drew against and how easy of a group it'll be, and then we will take on one of those teams in the start of the Europa League group stage. So until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please hit the like button, subscribe if you're new and you're interested in seeing more FM content on the channel. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.